The box was small, wrapped like a gift with a white satin ribbon, no glitter, no note, just a single line, "From your brother." I chuckled when I saw it, thinking it was a prank. After all, he wasn't even supposed to be around. He had told everyone he was flying to Singapore on urgent business. But betrayal doesn't care for timing. It shows up when it wants. I pulled the ribbon loose and opened the lid. Inside was a faded pink baby shoe, worn with time. Beneath it, a folded document with a red seal, paternity results. I already knew what they'd say. But I read them anyway. When I turned to look at her, she turned ghost white. Her lips parted but no words came. Her eyes dried out like dust. I stared long enough to make her look away. Then I smiled, not with joy, but with finality, and walked slowly toward the altar. Just before I could say the words meant to bind us forever, I turned to the guests and said, "There's something you all need to know. People often ask, when did you know she was the one? It's the wrong question. The real one is, when did she become an expert at hiding who she really was? I met her 4 years ago. She had a quiet charm, one that didn't beg for attention. She never overshared, never clung too tight. Her words always arrived at the right time, her laugh felt just convincing enough. She seemed flawless, so flawless that it became suspicious. My brother didn't like her from the beginning. Called her, the actress. I laughed it off, thinking he was being overprotective or jealous. He wasn't. He saw what I didn't. 6 months before our wedding, he vanished from my life. No texts, no calls, just said he needed space. I couldn't understand it then. But now it all adds up. The signs were always there. Her shoulders would stiffen whenever I mentioned him. She'd dodge the topic, or simply leave. Once, I caught her crying in the bathroom after a message popped up on her phone. She told me it was work-related. I believed her. Later, she started sleeping with her phone tucked under her pillow. Said it helped with nightmares. She stopped visiting my family, claimed there was too much drama. "Your brother makes me feel unsafe," she once said. She painted him as the enemy long before I realized there was a war. The evil of betrayal isn't in how it's done, it's in how invisibly it creeps in. My brother sent that box from the airport. He wasn't coming to the wedding. Smart man. Inside the envelope, the test said what he couldn't: the child is mine. Paternity probability, 99.998%. A daughter. A daughter I didn't even know I had. Born 3 years ago. She had told me she'd miscarried early in our relationship. That she was too broken to try again. She lied. She gave birth in another city, never listed me as the father, and never told me. But she told someone. Him. I didn't lash out. I didn't punch a wall or run away. I took a breath and made a plan. The next day, I got a lawyer. I started tracing the past, asking quiet questions, reviewing dates, gathering travel records, receipts, timelines. I called on my friends to recall small details, things she might have slipped up on. Piece by piece, I assembled the truth, one she never thought I'd search for. And all the while, she continued planning the wedding like nothing had changed. She believed she had already won. And maybe she had, until today. I stood at that altar, held the report, and read every word aloud. Calm. Clear. My voice never cracked. The room turned to ice. Guests gasped. My mother held her hand over her mouth. Her father looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. I turned to her. "You told me she died," I said. She whispered, "Please, I can explain." I shook my head. "You told me you had a miscarriage, that you were broken. But you weren't. You just didn't want me to know. You hid my daughter. You told my brother. The man you slept with. But not me." She tried to approach. I lifted a hand. I didn't even look at the priest. We won't be needing your services today. Then I addressed the guests. There's a reception across town, paid in full. Food, wine, music. If you want to celebrate, go ahead. But don't celebrate a wedding. Celebrate truth. Celebrate freedom. She followed me out, barefoot on gravel, begging, sobbing, makeup streaking down her face. I never looked back. That same day, my lawyer started preparing for full custody. With a DNA test in hand, the courts would not look kindly on her lies. I also mailed a copy of the results to her workplace. Her company, rooted in public relations, had strict morality clauses and reputation standards. I didn't ruin her. She did that herself. All I did was switch on the lights. A week later, I met my daughter. She was small, beautiful. Her eyes mirrored mine. She stared at me the way only a child can, long and unblinking, like she already knew everything I hadn't figured out yet. She didn't cry when I picked her up. She just looked into me. And I whispered, "I found you." Revenge isn't sweet. That's what movies try to sell. In reality, it tastes like silence, like peace, like that final puzzle piece you've been holding onto for years, finally snapping into place. She lost everything the moment I said, "I don't." And I gained what she could never fake. The truth. And my daughter. If you've ever been betrayed, misled, or silenced, remember this: truth always finds its way. And when it does, it doesn't shout. It simply stands tall. If this story touched you, share it, subscribe for more real stories, and turn on the notification bell. Let's shine a light on every truth hidden in the dark.